I love that we get to investigate the fundamental mechanisms of how cells work. And a complex organism, like you or me, is composed of trillions of cells all working in synchrony and synergy. And so modern science is really just scratching the surface of how all this works. And it's really thrilling to be able to approach and try to answer some of the biggest and most important problems in science.
Complexity even extends to lipid membranes, which are a cell's barrier to the outside world. The membranes are much more complex, diverse, flexible, intricate than would seem to be necessary for their function. And while we don't understand their underlying mechanisms, we believe that they're necessary for the cell to accurately receive and transmit information from their ever-changing outside world. And in our lab, we apply our engineering background with biophysics to cell biology to answer exciting cell biology questions related to the chemistry and physics of cellular membranes in a unique way. My name's Kandice Levental. I'm a research associate professor in the Department of Molecular Physiology and Biophysics and part of the Center for Membrane and Cell Physiology.
And my name is Ilya Levental. I'm a professor in the same department. We run the lab together, and we're trying to understand how cells work. And specifically, we focus on cell membranes, which are these thin bags that encapsulate and organize all of the biochemistry in all living cells. And these membranes are made of fats, the very same fats that we consume as part of our diet. And so for membranes, it's literally true that you are what you eat. And so we try to understand how dietary fats change the composition and organization of membranes and control cellular function. And in particular, we're focused on the immune system and understanding how the membranes in immune cells survey our bodies to regulate pathogens and cancers. It's clear that diets and their associated metabolic consequences are amongst the greatest determinants of human health and disease. The most obvious, of course, is the connection between saturated fat and cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. But it's also true that diets and their metabolic consequences are important risk factors for almost all diseases, pretty much all cancers, for example. So while we understand that diets are critically important, in many cases, in most cases, we don't know why. What is it about saturated fats that tends to cause atherosclerosis and atherosclerotic plaques? Why are trans fats harmful while omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids are broadly beneficial?
We think that understanding how these dietary lipids incorporate into cell membranes, regulate their organization, and modulate the signaling is really an exciting molecular explanation for how dietary lipids affect human health and disease.